Surviving Reality contains explicit content full of snark and sarcasm that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Surviving Reality.
I'm Corey.
And I'm Carly. And this is our MomTok Marathon. This is Season 3, Episode 4 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And we are on the Book of Deceit.
Oh my goodness. If you're looking for Episode 3, make sure you jump back one episode because we're releasing 2 per day as
Every
part of it.
Single episode.
That's the marathon, you guys.
This is the Book of Deceit because we revealed some lies at the end of the last episode.
Oh, the lie detector test. Well, inconclusive. Inconclusive.
But the deceit continues.
The deceit ramps up, I would say.
Because we thought that we were done with the results. Everybody was at dinner. We're going through them. They already are looking pretty bad for Jessi.
Not great. Not good. And then, now it's going to get worse.
And there were 2 more questions that Jessi got. Did you lie about the affair with Marciano? And then did you lie about Demi? It was just like generally, have you ever told a lie about Demi?
Which that is way too broad of a question. Have you lied about anything about Demi ever? That was the question? That's too
Why
big.
would you accept that question?
Why would you say, what? No.
Because the girls were like, did you say their hair looked great one day when it didn't? Because that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Did you say their outfit looked cute and you didn't think so? That's a lie.
Anytime it's going to say, have you never done that? And it's like, probably not. Now I'm getting confused. Probably I have. Yes. Total lie. So then never, have I never? Not never. I haven't not never lied about it. So I mean, I have. Right?
There's no way Marciano's keeping up with these questions.
So the answer is yes. Right?
So she says that she didn't lie about anyone, anything. And those both were fails.
Not good.
No, not good. Especially the part about lying about the affair with Marciano.
Deceit.
Because her story this whole time has been that they kissed. But then again, how was the question worded? Because she obviously lied at first about it. Because she pretended it didn't happen.
Yes.
And then she waited until she got caught. And then she came out and told the truth.
Right. Yeah, because she's had conversations where she was hiding all of this with multiple conversations that were taking place.
I mean, nobody knew that she was talking to him on the side while they're at the villa.
Everybody was suspecting Demi.
Yes.
And then nobody even had an idea. Because even when Taylor heard about it from Dakota, she's like, I think you got the names mixed up. I think you meant Demi slept with Marciano. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I'm pretty sure it was Jessi.
No, I know what I heard. Yeah.
Well, Jordan calls. His spidey senses were telling him that something bad had happened, I guess.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. No, he's probably got the location tracker. He's like, they've been at dinner a long time. I wonder what's going on.
Well, she missed the call. So then insult to injury there too. She has to call him back because they were reviewing the results of the lie detector test. So she's filling him in on it and lies by omission again here. So clearly we know why she's failing these tests.
She was overjoyed. We passed. We didn't have sex.
It was great.
The intercourse question.
We've cleared our names.
Cleared our names. And then leaves all of the other stuff out that was either inconclusive or determined to be a lie.
Didn't mention that. Failed to bring that up.
Well, they don't have much time to talk about it because then she tells him that Marciano's there at dinner. And he flips out.
Yeah, so this is what Taylor was worried about. Was she was like, if Jason? Jared? Jordan. If Jordan Belfort finds out about this, he's going to be very upset. And so then that's exactly what happens. She tells him, hey, yeah, we're out to dinner and Marciano's here too. And he's like, well, that seems pretty dumb that you'd be doing that.
I didn't approve of that part of the plan. Because he did know that they were going to take a lie detector test.
That was what we were confused about.
I thought that she didn't tell him that.
I didn't know that.
So he was in on that plan.
So Jordan was like on board with this. And it was like, okay, well, good for you, I guess. But this part, not a fan.
I think Jordan should have made sure that the results got emailed to him.
Well, that would have been interesting. Yeah.
Just because you're leaving it to Jessi to communicate the results of the test.
You can trust her. She has not been found deceptive in any point here so far, right?
So that kind of ruins their romantic dinner. So the next day,
the mood's off.
Taylor calls MomTok together. Is this all that Taylor's role is? Because they tell us she's the leader of MomTok.
Kind of.
And she just calls group meetings.
Yeah, but is this like official business? This is like Taylor trying to get dirt. She's trying to get a read on Jessi because she's like, you're not as upset as I thought that you would be.
Well, the dinner was weird.
Nobody's arguing with that.
And the results were weird.
Weirder.
So they asked Jessi to open up more. What's been going on? Can you give us more background on how we got to the place that we're at today? And this is just another opportunity for her to bring up the fact that things have been really bad with Jordan for years. It's not like this just started. She didn't go have an affair and then things got bad. It's been like this. They fight every single day. The stuff we heard in like episode 1.
Right. We are seeing more of a reaction though from Jessi. She's getting very upset. She's getting distraught. She's crying.
She doesn't know what to do because she's been living her life in this trial separation and she's seeing what it would be like to be a single parent.
Well, yeah, and she's also seeing like the days where Jordan's around. Those days are harder than if it was just her and her kids. So that's the other part of the struggle here. She keeps saying that she's 50-50. I don't think she is. I think this is the part where I was...
She's like 70-30.
I was getting suspicious of it too, of like, oh, is that why she's doing all this stuff with Marciano to kind of push Jordan away? And she doesn't want to make the decision. That's what it sounds like. She's avoiding making the decision by saying that she's in the middle here still. But is she forcing Jordan to make the decision for her? So then she goes, oh, see, it wasn't going to work out.
I think so, because she's talking about how unsure she is of how things will work out. And what if I make the wrong decision? So I think by default, if you alienate him and then he's the one who files for divorce, then it wasn't you who chose this for your future, for your kids?
Yes. You're just dealing with the circumstances
that you've been handed.
That you're now resulting from the other decisions that you made that were bad decisions. So it might just be that she doubts herself because, looking for affection in an extramarital affair wasn't a good decision. So can you trust your decision-making abilities now? Like, she might just be unsure from that stance too. But I think part of it is she's just trying to force this on Jordan, leave me so that I don't have to say I want a divorce. It's just the hand that I'm dealt.
They had that really good looking breakfast in St. George.
Oh, yeah.
It said farm stand. I made note because I was like, is this from the hotel? Is this from a restaurant?
It seemed like
I think it was catered in.
Okay. Yeah, those biscuits were no joke. I'm here for it.
I have really nothing else to say from that scene other than I just wanted to acknowledge the biscuits again. I mean, it's just that they know that Jen's going to be coming back soon and Jessi's going to be the first one who sees her because they're going to an event together. And she's nervous about how that's going to go. Because if you all recall from last season, the last interaction that Jessi and Jen had together, Jessi was insisting that Jen was a liar.
Which that's some shit now, isn't it? Right? After we just had our lie detector results come back and it is confirmed that Jessi is a liar. So I could see why Jessi is dreading this conversation because Jen could easily throw this in her face of saying, you came at me saying I was a liar when clearly you are the liar.
Also, it's comical to come at Jen about lying about being related to Ben Affleck when you lied about having a whole affair.
I think one seems worse than the other.
Yeah. I think if we're going to compare.
Yeah, just saying.
So Jessi has to go home. And that means she's got to face Jordan. I guess this is the day that he's there. Does he leave the house? Because they're separated. Why is he still at her house?
Are they doing like a Merrifield 2 nights on, 2 nights off sort of rotation? Is that what's going on? It's a lot of laundry. We know that.
Oh, well, I guess he was probably there to watch the kids while she was on, take care of his kids. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
While she was on her trip.
Yeah, he wasn't babysitting.
I think she should have gotten a babysitter.
Maybe.
Just so she didn't have to face him after telling him that Marciano was at dinner.
Good Lord. This conversation was terrifying to see, though. And I mean, I guess this is kind of that glimpse into if these were the types of fights, if these were the conversations that you were having for the past 3 years, like, yeah, that could push you to make some bad decisions in a relationship.
Well, this was rough because while she was at dinner with Marciano and when she invited him to the hotel, the whole time I'm thinking, I'm on Jordan's side. This is inappropriate, and you should be telling your partner who's upset with you for having had an affair with this person, what you're doing with them. Be transparent about the entirety of what your interaction is going to be, not just bits and pieces. But then the way he reacted, he lost me.
Yeah. Like, the problem was Jordan was in the right in the sense of, like, Jessi was out of line with what happened.
I don't like out of line, just because of the way they speak to women and how they think of women.
Oh,
like
okay.
that you have to be subservient.
No, I get what you're saying. No. That's not what I'm going for here. So, like, what I'm getting at is, like, I think, okay, we need to be careful with this because I'm saying Jordan was in the right because, like, that becomes the problem, though, is that when Jordan is right and he has the moral high ground, then that's when he berates her with, you are terrible.
He's not wrong about the facts of the situation.
Correct. But then the way that he
speaks to her is the big problem.
Very bad. And then, like, reiterates that and then continues to, like, wear her down and chip away at her with it too.
I will say, but then Jessi does things in the conversation where I'm like, again, girl, what are you talking about? Because he's telling her it's disrespectful to our family that you would sit down and have dinner with this man who you had an emotional affair with and now your family may be broken up over. And then she goes, well, I'm not mad at him.
Well, maybe you should be because he lied. He lied. He, like, blew this up for you, made it into a very large thing, like, not only about the infidelity, but then also your character of the things that you said happened versus his take on it.
Yeah, and it just kind of shows you're not thinking about your partner in that moment and how they're going to feel about it, because why would you sit down and have dinner with the person that you cheated with, who obviously also, if that wasn't bad enough, he's making it pretty clear that if she was ready to go out and do something with him again, if she wanted to spend the night together, he would do it. He's flirting with her. He's bringing her flowers. They're reminiscing about their kisses. That adds, I just feel like it compounds.
Yeah.
You know, it's making it worse. I'm sure once Jordan sees this, I don't understand.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I mean, if he was that upset just knowing they sat down.
Okay. Well, this was the other part too, was how angry Jordan was. She came home. This was like a day later. He's still this mad. Like, he's still in it mad.
Yeah. No ability to regulate his emotions himself.
No. So, like, that's the other concerning part then too, is, like, to be that frustrated, that agitated, and then to be talking about it. He was over the line with a lot of different things that he was saying too, because then he was bringing, like, their son into it of what's your son going to think of you doing that eventually, like, seeing this play out like this and stuff. So it's just like, I mean, there's stuff that's, you're going below the belt on it because he feels like he's in a position of moral superiority on it. So then he's really letting her have it, which is like, ugh, that's the gross part.
The cherry on top was when he said, this is why I've treated you the way that I have.
Yeah, you deserve to be treated this way. Because I think that's there's, like, his conflict, right? Because we've kind of addressed Jessi's dilemma where she's saying she's 50-50 on it. She just doesn't want to make that decision. She doesn't want to be the one to call it quits.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Jordan's in the position where he is like,
I can hold this over you if our relationship continues.
It's, yeah, like, he is on more of that level of, like, the obedience. Like, he's going for, like, the you need to do what I say sort of approach to this. And, like, that's how you can make it up to me, is now you owe me, like, unwavering loyalty and obedience based on what I want because you betrayed my trust.
I think just a lot of this conversation is layered in their belief system.
Yeah.
And so you have to take that into account too, that, like you're saying, he is in this position of moral superiority over her. And so it's a way to, again, force her back in line. It's very gross. I still feel like I'm uncomfortable with navigating the fact that she's been in, she says, is an emotionally abusive relationship. And from what we're seeing, if this is what he felt comfortable saying on camera, I can only imagine what it's been like for her behind closed doors. I also don't like saying, well, that's why somebody was driven to have an affair.
Right. not to justify it, because if that was the circumstance, if that's how somebody's treating you every day, divorce them. Like,
but that's easy to say again when you separate yourself from the culture of there's so much shame behind divorce,
right,
and that she would be blamed.
Which I think that's why she's forcing Jordan's hand to, you need to leave me, so then that way I don't get blamed for this too. It's, you couldn't handle the infidelity, and then that's what ultimately brought us to the end here.
We've seen how Taylor's family speaks to her.
Oh yeah.
So that's just a glimpse.
Siding with Dakota for everything, who was cheating on Taylor.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty gross.
It's probably very complex being in a marriage and trying to figure out how you get out of it in this type of community.
So honestly, yeah, she's going about it the best way she can.
So he tells her, just don't ever talk to Marciano again.
That's easy.
The fat, chubby guy. I'm sorry.
Marcello?
I made that worse than it was. The chubby Italian guy.
The chubby Italian.
Marcello, you're not going to talk to him ever again. Which she obviously can't promise because she's filming a TV show in which he's a big part of the storyline.
I don't know why he's a big part of the storyline. He's still...
He really weaseled his way onto this show, huh?
Yet he persists, yes.
Well, Jenny, who the fuck's Jenny?
Jenny Davis?
Okay, I was thinking Jenny and Cement.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought maybe Jen Affleck. Yeah, but you're going with Jenny from the Block then.
Okay, she didn't even come to mind. Gotta tell you.
Oh, I gotta get the... Why does my Jenny sound like a female version of David from Sister Wives? I don't know. Things to analyze,
We've really gotten off track.
Yeah, a little bit.
At Layla. This is the Layla scene. So she's not dating because of her confidence. And it's because these shitty extensions from Jay-Z hairstyles have been ripping her hair out.
Not to kick Jessi while she's down, but the hair extensions have been real bad. Layla's not satisfied with the results.
I also think like it was kind of Layla to think that perhaps it's just because Jessi's hairstylists don't know how to do black hair.
Fair. Yeah.
We've seen everybody else's extensions. They're not looking good either, girl.
It's not better. Yeah.
No.
So she found her out. She's like, you know what? My hair's different. And
she's not wrong.
I think it needs, specific attention.
Someone who does not work at Jay-Z Styles.
Specifically, that is top of the list for me.
So, but she's telling other girls about this. Obviously, there was the big fight last season where Demi had told, was it Taylor, not to get her hair done at Jay-Z Styles because she didn't think that Jessi does a very good job.
Right.
And then Jessi got upset about that, and Demi tried to walk back her comments. So given the fact that Jessi's not doing so hot right now, and someone has previously disparaged her business on national television, she feels weird about taking that step to go see someone else. But at this point, she's losing a lot of her hair.
But she needs to go. And this needs to get taken care of too at the same time. I can't keep ignoring it either. But also, I don't want to address it with Jessi yet. Do you think she'll notice? Do you think she'll...
Do you just want to skip to her being at the new hairstylist? Because that conversation was so funny. Because she finds a new person to do her hair who specializes in doing, she says ethnic hair repeatedly throughout the episode.
I don't know why that made me uncomfortable, though.
I felt like she was trying to avoid saying the word black, but then she did talk. She did. So yeah. I don't know.
Maybe it was just a way to mix it up a little bit. But I don't know why that made me feel so uncomfortable. It felt like I
think it was a repetition thing. It was like how many times she said it.
Yeah.
And I think I think she's just trying to drive the point home that she cannot go to anybody else because otherwise Jessi's going to get upset.
Right. Yeah.
So she asks the hairstylist, whose name is Corey, do you think that my former hairstylist will notice?
And Corey's like,
given what you came in here with, when you leave, she's definitely going to notice you got your hair done.
Yeah. If she does hair, which you say that she does, but based on what I'm seeing right here, I have concerns. But she's going to notice. You should probably talk to her about it.
While she gets her hair done, they have an interesting conversation about how Layla has felt uncomfortable her entire life because her dad was black, her mom was white. It felt to her like growing up her parents didn't take her around her dad's family very much. So obviously, also living in Utah, most of the people that she's been around her entire life are white. So it's like she's been whitewashed, or that's what people accuse her of, is whitewashing herself. They talk about the church and the church's history.
Oh boy.
With what they think about Black people, about how, well, I don't know. So
being Black is a curse. It's in the Book of Mormon.
So it is, but they've tried to distance themselves from these previous beliefs.
Within the last 10 years. So
okay, that's
real breath of fresh air to
the last 10...
be brave and take that stance in 2014 that, hey, it's not a curse to be Black. Oh, okay. Halfway through Barack Obama's second term as president is when you were brave enough to make that stance. Round of applause for the Church of Latter-day Saints, ladies and gentlemen.
I know. That's where I was like, wow.
You lost me.
But she's not really that involved in the church anymore. She was talking about how that was a point of contention for her, of not knowing, does she really feel like she belongs in the church, that she feels accepted? Why would you?
Yeah, it's hard to.
It was just good to talk to another Black woman who lives in Salt Lake City, in Utah, in the whole state of Utah.
The whole state. And who can do my hair so it doesn't fall out in clumps in the shower.
Okay, her hair looked so good at the end.
It was amazing. It was so much better. Again, not to kick Jessi while she's down.
And I'm just saying, like, zero guilt.
But, you
can walk out of there being like, there is a noticeable, visible difference.
Clearly.
So she could get upset about it. You keep going back to Corey.
I don't care. Yeah, like, it's not personal. Nothing personal here. But she is still dreading that conversation, though.
The MCO Beauty event. So this is the event that Jen Affleck is going to come to after her mental health break. It's her first return to MomTok. They have some conversation just about how are you doing. I love that she comes in with her little neck scarf.
Her little scarf, yeah.
That matches her dress. She's looking very cute. I think Jen's just like in her own world. And that's what I'm enjoying about her.
It's good. Yeah. She needs to be.
Maybe it's like a cocktail of mood medications. I don't know.
Don't get bogged down in all of this drama. Don't let it bring you down.
And she pulls Jessi aside. I liked that too.
Take an initiative.
Not hiding from it, not waiting for Jessi to be the one to say, hey, we should talk. And so they go over and have a little one-on-one. And Jessi immediately starts apologizing. She feels bad about the Chippendales. She feels bad about last season when they had that party at her house. And she and Demi made a joke out of the Chippendales thing. You know, probably the thing about calling her a liar, she doesn't explicitly say that.
Didn't really mention that part necessarily, but just in general about how they were kind of on rough terms. It wasn't in a great spot. And Jen is like, I really feel bad for Jessi right now. Jen is a better person than I am.
Yeah.
Is what I learned this episode.
Well, I think part of it too is that Jessi immediately explains why she did what she did. So she tells her about what's been going on with her and Jordan, and that for years she's been an emotionally abusive relationship. And that when she saw the way Jen and Zach were interacting, it was bringing up the feelings of that relationship with Jordan. And so she was projecting.
A little bit, yeah. So Jen takes pity. She accepts the apology, and she doesn't want to have it be weird, doesn't want to continue a feud, doesn't want to fight. She just wants to
share the hot goss.
Keep moving along here. Yeah.
She tells her about Demi and Marciano kissing.
Oh, yeah.
And Jen is so excited to be proven right.
Yes.
To have had that suspicion and to have it finally be confirmed.
Because you are not a liar, Jen. You were right all along.
So they're good together now, Jessi and Jen. And I guess everybody is uniting in their front against Demi. We have to talk about DadTok again.
Oh, no.
So Jordan is calling DadTok together for an emergency meeting because he needs them to get all of their wives under control. That was the subtext, wasn't it?
That was most of it. Yes.
He tells them about the lie detector test and how Marciano went out to dinner and that he was upset that no one else who was there said something to Jessi about how Marciano perhaps should not join them.
Okay, so this is kind of crazy to me where he's going to say, I'm kind of upset with you guys because your wives didn't tell my wife to not do something stupid.
You're tracking. Mm-hmm.
That's putting a lot of the onus on other people in the room.
Right. They should have stopped my wife from interacting with Marciano further. And the fact that they didn't is a reflection of you, by the way.
No, I don't think so. I don't like that there aren't people who are vocally disagreeing with him at this point. To be like, I think that's a stretch, dude. And like, you're not able to, just because you feel a certain way and you're upset about that, to get upset with everyone else in the room and then assign blame to them as it's also their fault. I think the fault lies with Jessi and Marciano primarily.
It could be that he's trying to blame it on other people to work through the fact that he's still trying to work things out with Jessi. And how can he do that after she just betrayed him like this once again?
Because to expect an entire room full of people to know how you're going to react to something is
better than your own spouse.
Better than your own spouse. That's an unrealistic expectation to have. So I think you need to check that. So as your friend, I'm going to tell you, you need to check that.
Well, the solution is that MomTok and DadTok need to talk.
Talking. It's talk now. And it's talk time with MomTok and DadTok talking real talk.
So he's going to plan a barbecue. And they're all going to get together.
The steaks looked good. Okay. I will give him credit where credit is due. They were seasoned well. They had a good char.
Let's hold on till we get there.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We really skip ahead for the food, don't we?
I'm hungry.
Me too.
I'm very hungry right now.
That's why I kept talking about the biscuits.
Oh, God.
Between the biscuits and the steak, I don't know how we're getting through this
I'm not going to make it. Yeah.
What sent me was when he said, they aren't fighting for families like we are.
They
MomTok.
aren't? Oh, right.
MomTok, they're just not fighting for families.
Right.
We need to get them back on track. We need to remind them of what DadTok is here for.
For families?
They keep just making shit up about what MomTok and DadTok are.
Because all I saw was shoving golf balls in each other's asses and...
Oh, I'm sorry, did I miss something?
What? Did you see that one? Where they were teeing off, where they were putting the tee in somebody's butt and then hitting the ball off. I think that was... Who was that? That was...
was this like a DadTok video that they showed?
It was a DadTok video that they showed on the screen there when they were golfing.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the content.
Yeah.
I'm not a follower of DadTok.
I'm not either, but it was on the episode. Yeah, it's in there.
Jacob goes home and talks to Mayci. This is Macy's husband. I don't know why I never remember him. He's forgettable.
He's not very memorable. He doesn't stand out.
They're like getting their backyard landscaped or something.
That's what they said.
And so that's what we have to watch them talk about, where then he uncomfortably brings up, hey, so I went over and talked to Jordan, and he's pretty upset at all of MomTok because you guys didn't intervene at that dinner with Marciano. Why did you hang out with him?
Well, here's the thing. Mayci didn't want to hang out with Marciano either. She thought it was weird. But at that point, she wasn't going to like refuse to go or to, I think that was what she was saying, was it was just kind of, that was what was happening. There wasn't really any stopping it.
The plan was in motion. What am I going to
It was already,
say that I refused to sit at the table with him?
Which I mean, I guess like you could, but then you look like the problem in that, right? Doesn't that shift like an attention focus on you?
I guess it's then? Like, why do I have a bigger problem with Marciano than she does?
Yeah, like I wouldn't choose to hang out with the guy. I also wouldn't make out with him in a hotel room either. But like clearly Jessi did. So
well, clearly we make different decisions.
These are different decisions, different people, different interactions that are taking place here. But I don't have control over that.
I did not enjoy that Jacob went home and did exactly what Jordan directed them all to do. Go home and say something to your wife or your partner.
Correct your wives. That was the weird part, right? Is where it's just like taking him at his word. It wasn't even asking Mayci like, hey, what happened?
Yeah, or like, did you think it was weird? Like, how did you feel about it?
Or did you guys talk about that? Or did anybody say anything to Jessi? Did Jessi just not listen to anybody? Because Taylor was saying a couple of times, this is a stupid idea.
She did have someone who tried to say something.
She was saying stuff about it, that it's a bad idea and it's not a good look.
Like, once again, I feel like I'm on the fence on this because me as a person, if I'm friends with somebody and I think they're about to do something really stupid that's probably going to impact their marriage that they're already upset about, I'd probably say something. But then I understand that these people really aren't as good of friends as they lead us to believe. So are you just going to kind of watch from the sidelines and remember that you're filming a reality TV show? Maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I think that like Mayci and Michaela are friends. There are a couple of like real friends in the group.
Yes.
Where there is an actual friendship there. I don't know who's super close with Jessi out of the group. Demi was. But like now, who's left in the remaining amount of MomTok?
I just feel like it was a lot to be like, you're the conscience of the group. You're the person out of
conscience?
Conscience. I can never say that word.
He didn't either. He said conscious too. So it's the conscience.
I'm just repeating.
I thought you were mocking him. Yeah. Don't worry.
Well, I'm going to go with that.
Yeah.
That's your role. So you're the one who needed to be the one to say something. That's weird too.
No, I'm the interrogator.
I'm the narrator of this show. What do you mean?
No, I'm the interrogator now this season.
I'm also pregnant. Like I've got my own things going on here, getting in other people's business. Maybe someone else could like handle that for now, the next few months. Can I go on maternity leave?
I'm going to need a mental health break
from being the one who has to check everybody constantly. She does tell Jacob, I don't really care what Jordan thinks because he's been abusive to Jessi. And so, to be honest, I'm not really putting his feelings first.
Yeah, because that's what you guys keep being. You guys are very quick to jump to, oh, Jordan is feeling this way. Okay, well, he hasn't filled you guys in on like how long this has been bad. Because he's talking about how the last 6 months have been hell for him and he hasn't been very pleasant and all of that he's willing to own up to for that. But the longer duration here is that this was an ongoing issue. This was a bigger problem, deeper rooted here in their relationship.
I enjoyed the clapback of maybe you should go talk to Jordan.
Was that what he told her?
No, she did.
She told him.
So you came at me about how I handled this situation.
Yes.
Maybe you should go talk to your friend, the emotional abuser, about what his relationship has actually been like.
Well, this is what I'm saying is, yeah, like if you're just going off of that one take of this one circumstance, again, Jordan has the moral superiority in this circumstance. So he is wielding that entirely with everyone.
And wielding the steaks on the grill. We're going to go to the barbecue.
They do look good. They were really good looking.
Say
steaks.
what you want.
The man can cook a steak, okay? Sue me.
The steak's out of Jessi's refrigerator.
Oh, man.
Okay, it was, again, strange to host a party at your house when you're separated from your wife and invite all of her friends over for it. And not her.
Oh, yeah, because then there was
allowed
like
to be there.
There was like a pre-barbecue meetup for the ladies of MomTok too, where they had to meet up.
Stories together.
Well, they had to meet up because then they were trying to figure out like, why are we doing this? Why are we going to Jessi's house to talk to her husband when Jessi's not invited? Everybody else on the show is invited except for Marciano and Jessi.
It was a meeting to slap their hands.
But like also, I think it did come across that he was trying to invite everyone over so that he's going to rally everyone to be against Jessi because he has to remind everyone that Jessi's in the wrong and that you need to listen to him and do what he says because Jessi's wrong. So like, get on my side, okay? So I think that was what they were anticipating. That was what it was going to kind of play out like.
That was a lot of it. And then Taylor asked if anybody's ever done anal before. And then Jessi noticed Layla's hair.
Yeah, I mean, we glossed over quite a few things right there in very rapid succession. But yeah, that's basically what happened.
They all decided we're going to defend you. If we're going to go there, we're going to break bread with him. We're going to eat a steak.
I'm going to eat the steak.
We're definitely going to do that. But we'll listen to what he has to say and then immediately defend you.
Yeah, like we're there. We're going to bat for you because I think it's still going to be his side of the story only. And then that's the bigger problem.
Jen and Zach are the first two to arrive. And as they're walking up to the front door, Jen turns to Zach and goes, "Have you been here before?"
And they flash back to the Chippendales dancing when they were grinding all up on Jen at the Halloween party. And I lost my shit. I was laughing so hard.
Pregnancy brain. Is that what we're going to go with? Or is she really just that flighty all the time?
She probably didn't recognize the house. Yeah, it looked very different in the daylight.
We spent a lot of time arguing about what happened in this house, Jen. Yes, we've been here.
Because he just goes, yeah. Yeah, I've been here. Yep. Well, because what else are you going to say? Yeah, you remember?
I wonder if she suddenly remembered when they got in the house, because then when they sit down, they're talking to Jordan about, like, you understand that what you're upset about right now is like the Chippendales situation where everyone had something to say about our marriage, and the fact that they were making light of this very serious situation that happened between the two of us. And then it was turned into fodder for the group.
Yeah, Jordan's taking it very personal. That's why he was upset and so deeply distraught by all of this. And Jen's like, you
remember
did that.
when you wore a Chippendales costume and grinded on me, right?
You did that too with our relationship. Because that's what basically ends up being the whole thing of like the highlights or the conclusion of this too, is that where it's Jen and Zach have to keep telling everybody. This is a big conversation about what's upsetting people in their relationships that are in turmoil right now. And then Jen and Zach have to be like, this is all stuff that you guys have done to us repeatedly, multiple times, because they had to point that out here.
They have amnesia about it.
Everybody's like, oh, yeah, I guess we did kind of do that. But like, it was different because it was happening to you. Now it's happening to me. And I don't like that.
The crux of the problem is that Jordan is saying, you guys should get involved and say something. And they're like, why would we do that? That's weird. We would never get involved in someone else's relationship. And Jen and Zach are like, excuse me?
Hello? You told Jen to divorce me repeatedly.
You were literally cheerleading for us to get a divorce.
Yes. So that's where it gets confusing here, is where it's like, hey, get involved when it works in my favor.
But they're not even saying like, we learned a lesson from that. You know, maybe we were wrong about you, Zach, or you guys are working through it. So
you
now
guys
we
are
feel
making
like
strides, to improve.
It's not my place to say anything else then.
Right.
But that's not the direction
that would have been a better stance to take, I think. It would have been an easier way to kind of spin this to be like, hey, yeah, that's why we don't do that. Taylor was kind of trying to give some of that advice too, where it was like, hey, don't open up your advice pool to too many people, because then you get too much input on your relationship.
To be fair, that's because Taylor keeps doing stupid things.
Well,
she doesn't listen to the advice.
Well, that too.
You know, she just keeps getting back with Dakota, and then people get upset with you because they've given you their advice, which is to not do that thing.
Stop doing that.
And then you did the thing.
And she's going to keep doing that. So her thing is just work things out directly with Jessi. Like, that's her main sort of piece of advice here, is to keep that between you guys and then work through that together, but limit the amount of input from external sources who aren't involved in your marriage, because then you end up like Jen and Zach, potentially, maybe.
He does try to point out to them, you guys would have a problem with this if the situation was reversed. So if I had been the one who went out to eat with someone who I had an affair with, you guys would have a problem with that.
Well, he was mentioning if two husbands had kissed or something. There was a weird scenario.
What he was trying to imply.
There was it was an uncomfortable, unfortunate circumstance that he was posing, where it was like, wait, what? Huh? Okay, I'm getting confused. You're losing me in the imaginary scenario now, because there's too many questions about that. But I think what he was trying to say was, yes, if the roles were reversed, you guys would have a lot to say about this.
Well, that's true. Yeah, because they're friends with Jessi.
Right. Not friends with you.
Right. That's what he's not getting.
I think that's what it comes down to.
I know that you're in this group called DadTok. That's not a real thing.
No, it's just kind of here because of MomTok. It's part of the show.
It's a way for you guys to make some little extra side income.
To make you feel like you're contributing to the family pot.
But like, we're the ones who are actually friends.
But we got to go to work now. Yeah. So we're the friends. And even that, though, it's like, how many of them are actual friends? Show friends versus real friends. Like, that was.
Or as Demi put it, I guess we're just coworkers.
Coworkers now as part of the show, even though you're not on the show, Demi. So I don't think you have any coworkers.
We're former coworkers.
I think Whitney's your coworker now.
Okay. I am so excited for Whitney to show up. I think it's going to be the next episode.
I'm jonesing. Yeah. It's bound to happen.
Look, say what you want about her. Whitney has star power.
I don't like saying star power, though, as the je ne sais quoi of Whitney.
I hope she comes in and just blows something up, but I feel like she's just going to spend the rest of the season practicing for Dancing with the Stars.
She is going to come back and try to rejoin MomTok again. And Taylor's going to be like, what are you doing here? What are you talking about? We voted you back in and you quit again. Why? Why do you keep coming back?
Because she does big things.
Go away.
My life is very different from your life.
Go and do the other big things then.
Well, where do we end this conversation? It was just that Jordan's working on himself and he and Jessi are going to figure it out from there. And they're like, good for you. That's what we think that you should do. Why did you call us here to talk about this today?
Because I want you all to gang up on Jessi. Yeah. That's what I really want.
Or to babysit her for me when you guys are out together.
Yeah, make her make better decisions because I haven't been able to make her make better decisions. And I think that's a Jessi thing then, though, right? Is that's what Jordan needs to understand too. He's kind of in that similar spot where it's like, well, if you have a partner who isn't taking your feelings into account at all, if that's not something that you can deal with, then that's not the person for you, I suppose, is the other part of it. But he doesn't want to be the one to initiate the divorce either, even though he is getting frustrated, I think, at this point, and they are getting kind of closer to that.
I don't know where this is going to end up. At this point, I'm still feeling like they could end up together.
I think they could still end up together. I don't know if they will, though.
So I wouldn't say that they would end up together because they want to be together. I just think it's the path of least resistance.
Yeah, it's too much of an issue to divorce at this point. Plus, what is he going to do for his livelihood?
Do you get kicked out of DadTok if you break up with your partner who's in MomTok?
I have no idea.
What are the rules? We don't know.
What the logistics are of DadTok membership based on your relationship status.
That's our episode.
So stay tuned. We've got episodes 5 and 6 dropping tomorrow.
I think things are just starting to heat up. The drama. We're getting Whitney. We're getting Demi back. There's going to be some fights.
Oh, yeah. The fights are coming.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.